Hello, my friends, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Mashbitz. All right, here are my final predictions for WrestleMania 42, starting with Saturday, going in the order that WWE presented on ESPN and is on their official website. So we have Saturday is kicking off with a six-man tag match: Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. I am pretty sure that this show is going to kick off with Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed winning this match somehow, some way, because of I Show Speed. I think the Usos might implode with LA Knight. We saw Jey Uso attack some podcaster on the week leading up to WrestleMania, so maybe he's unhinged. There's also rumors that Jey Uso is going to attack Roman Reigns on Sunday, all at the behest of The Rock. And so there's very interesting things happening with the Usos, and I don't think Jey Uso is fully bought in to the Usos tag team run to LA Knight. I think Jey Uso is still very much wanting to be a singles wrestler in his own mind and is only about to just combust and explode at some point. And I think it would just be really very much entertaining, good for social media, good for attention, if Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and I Show Speed kind of somehow, some way win. Not clean, certainly not clean, but I think they win by kicking off the show. And then we go into the unsanctioned match, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. My pick here is Jacob Fatu. I would have much rather seen Drew McIntyre in the WWE Undisputed Championship match. I actually would have really liked a fatal four-way between Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton. I think that would have been extremely entertaining to watch, but I think WWE is very high on Jacob Fatu, and they're going to have him win here because they maybe assume that this doesn't hurt Drew McIntyre because he's an established superstar, and maybe that's true. I just always want Drew McIntyre to win because WWE television is better when he is heavily featured. But I think Jacob Fatu wins that match. And then we have my pick to be the worst match of both nights, night one and night two, WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Jax, Lash Legend, champions versus Flair and Bliss, Bayley and Lyra, and the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins are still up in the air because I think Nikki Bella hurt her ankle. Hopefully she's cleared, healthy, and able to wrestle. This will be the worst match of the evening, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Bella Twins won. I wouldn't be surprised if Alexa Bliss turns on Charlotte Flair. But I'm going to go with a retention here. I think Nia Jax and Lash Legend will retain their tag team championships here, even though Nia Jax is top 3 worst professional wrestlers of the last 10 years. So then we go on to the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. I have not been impressed with AJ Lee whatsoever since her return to WWE, but that is what it is. I think this match will be fine. I don't think it'll be incredible. I still don't think AJ Lee is the best in the ring, and Becky Lynch will do her best to carry her to a great match. I do think it's time for AJ Lee to drop the belt and kind of go home. I think Becky Lynch wins and regains the Intercontinental Championship here. And then we go into Seth Rollins versus Gunther. Now, the rumor behind this match is that Braun Breaker will return in this match and will cost Seth Rollins the match, beat the shit out of Seth Rollins, and finally then we now can dive deep into the Seth Rollins-Braun Breaker feud. And then Gunther now has another notch under his belt saying, I beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and then we'll see what Gunther goes into next, knowing that Paul Heyman owes Gunther a favor, which will probably be Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam in a retirement match. So I'm going Gunther kind of wins, Braun Breaker returns, sets off Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and sets up Gunther even more for the favor from Paul Heyman. And then we have the Women's World Championship match, Stephanie McMahon versus Liv Morgan, which has been one of the, at least in my opinion, best build-ups of this WrestleMania 42. The aggression, the intensity, all that stuff has been really good from Stephanie McMahon and Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan has drawn the best out of Stephanie McMahon, and I'm going with Liv Morgan becoming the new women's world champion at WrestleMania on night one. And I think this match, Vakur versus Liv, is a sleeper match right now for best match of the evening. It could be best match of the evening. It's been a sleeper. If they maintain the same aggression they have maintained in many of their brawls and their promos and their eyes, like this match could steal the night, and I wouldn't be surprised about it. But I think Liv Morgan wins the championship. And then you have the main event of night one, which is Cody Rhodes, who's the champion, versus Randy Orton with Pat McAfee. Now, the rumor is that Jelly Roll will come out with Cody Rhodes. I'm not a fan of that. I think that's fucking stupid. But it is what it is. WWE does stupid shit all the time. And I think at this point, you're going to see Randy Orton win. You're going to see Randy Orton win with the help of Pat McAfee, because you're not going to see WWE bring Pat McAfee and have him put that stipulation in that if, Randy Orton loses, you'll never see Pat McAfee again. That's just not going to happen unless they have Cody Rhodes win, Pat McAfee fucks off, and then somehow, some way, they finagle him back into WWE with a Kevin Owens or something like that for a WWE versus TKO. So maybe that'll happen, because if Cody Rhodes wins, fans will be fired up. Pat McAfee has to never come back into this business ever again, and the babyface Cody Rhodes wins. But I do think most people want to see Randy Orton win, regardless of if Pat McAfee helps him or not, because I think this match will be really good. I think the ending will be kind of a classic WWE main event match with a lot of moving pieces, a bumped ref, this and that, Pat McAfee, boom, there. And then I think Randy Orton and Pat McAfee with the WWE Undisputed Championship raised above their head will end this night one, and Randy Orton will be a 15-time world champion. Now, let's go on to night number two. Night number two seems to be kicking off with with the two matches first featured on ESPN, which one will be the Intercontinental Championship match, ladder match, Penta versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Rusev versus Rey Mysterio. Now, it's going to become, if I'm looking at this ladder match and I'm like, I really want this person to win because I think they're the best, that's Rusev. Rusev is the best competitor in this match. Him and Dragon Lee are the best competitors in this match. It would be awesome if Rusev won. Not going to happen. I think Penta either retains or you see Javon Evans get crowned as Intercontinental Champion, even though Javon Evans needs to work on his punching in basics, just as Triple H stated on social media. But he will do some cool shit. He will do some crazy shit. But I think Javon Evans wins this or Penta retains. And then you have one of the best hyped matches that this WrestleMania has seen, which is Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. I hope this match goes longer than 8 minutes. I hope it's a 12 to 15 minute kind of back and forth slobber knocker where Obafemi comes out looking very strong and Obafemi wins. Because this starts the downward spiral of Brock Lesnar, which leads to him fighting for his career at SummerSlam against Gunther, and the only way for that downward spiral to make sense is if he loses here at WrestleMania to Obafemi. If this match is less than 5 minutes, I think that's bad, unless Obafemi completely dominates Brock Lesnar in that 4 to 5 minutes and just demolishes him, and then boom, Obafemi wins. Great. But I think they can have a 10, 12, 15-minute match where they go back and forth and they trade suplexes and Germans and clotheslines and all these types of things, and Obafemi comes out on top. That's my prediction. Should have brought some water in here with me. Anyways, United States Championship match is next. We have Sami Zayn, who is the champion, versus Trick Williams. I cannot believe for the life of me why Carmelo Hayes is not in this match and why it's not a triple threat. It doesn't make any sense, but it's pretty clear that Trick Williams is going to win, and this is kind of the start of his run as WWE thinks he can become a main event player. I do not think Trick Williams can become a main event player, but I've been wrong many times and could be wrong again, but I think Trick Williams wins this match. Carmelo Hayes should be in this match, even if he doesn't win. Doesn't matter. To get featured on a match like this at WrestleMania is really, really, really important. I think this match has the potential to steal the show for night two, but I say Trick Williams wins the United States Championship. And then you have the Demon, Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. They should have never announced the Demon. Finn Balor should have done that one promo where it kind of went black or whatever, and then people assumed it might be the Demon, and then you put the regular Finn Balor graphic up there, and then you have him walk out, surprise everyone with the Demon at WrestleMania. He gets a huge pop, and then boom, beats Dominic Mysterio. Finn Balor will win this match. At least he should win this match. And that's my prediction there. And then we have the WWE Women's Championship match, which will be the worst match of the whole weekend, fighting for that spot against the Fatal 4-Way match, just because Jade Cargill is atrocious and really bad as a professional wrestler. She has to put on her absolute best performance of her lifetime to not have the worst match of the evening. And Rhea Ripley has to put on the absolute best match of her lifetime to carry a subpar competitor to a decent championship match. So for the love of all things good, from the wrestling gods above, please, Rhea Ripley needs to win this match, and Jade Cargill can go back to whatever she was doing, because she's not a wrestler. She might be a bodybuilder. She might look great. She might wear weird clothes and be famous and popular and all this type of stuff, but she is not a wrestler. She does not know how to work. She does not know how to sell. She doesn't know how to sell a fight. She doesn't know how to talk on the microphone. She has none of the necessary skills to actually be a worthy champion in WWE. Now, Ripley does on the other hand, and I think she wins, and that's going to be fucking awesome. When she wins, the match itself is not going to be awesome. Then we have the last match of the weekend, of the evening, the main event of WrestleMania 42. You have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Now, again, the rumor here is that Jey Uso is going to attack Roman Reigns, causing CM Punk to retain the championship, and then later on that be revealing that it was The Rock pulling the strings, which leads to The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 43. Now, if there's a larger story here with Pat McAfee and WWE and TKO and Kevin Owens and all these type of things, then don't be surprised if Pat McAfee is out there to help Roman Reigns win, and now Pat McAfee basically has helped two champions win to save the business of Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. I want Roman Reigns to win. I cannot stand CM Punk. I think CM Punk is the biggest fraud, con artist, bullshitter that WWE has ever seen. But Roman Reigns is correct when he says that he has a deep connection with the WWE fans that is unlike any other we've ever seen, and I just don't get it, because he is an absolute fraud, like for real, in and out of the ring, all things. And Roman Reigns is one of the best to ever do it, and if he does it at this high of level for the next 4 or 5 years, he could be the new greatest of all time. See ya, John Cena. And so I want Roman Reigns to win personally. I think that's a great decision moving forward. I wouldn't be that fired up if Pat McAfee was the one that helps Roman Reigns win, but whatever gets the job done and whatever leads to a kind of a WWE-wide storyline of potentially WWE versus TKO. I don't know where they're going on this. On Pro Wrestling Daily, I talked about how Kevin Owens will potentially interject himself in this feud. But if all that stuff doesn't happen, Jey Uso doesn't happen, Pat McAfee doesn't happen, I still wouldn't mind Roman Reigns just winning clean right in the middle of that ring, throwing CM Punk to the side and saying, fuck out of here, dude. But I also wouldn't be surprised if CM Punk retains and beats Roman Reigns because of Jey Uso's interference or someone else's interference or something happening that's going to build to a larger story, either continuing CM Punk versus Roman Reigns or continuing kind of a WWE-wide storyline or making something pause and reflect about what might happen on the Raw after Mania. So my ultimate pick here, who I'm picking to win, I'm going to say Roman Reigns is going to stand tall at the very end of WrestleMania 42 with the World Heavyweight Championship, and fans are going to love it and hate it at the same time, and it's definitely going to lead to some WWE-wide storyline, potentially with all parties involved: Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Pat McAfee, Jey Uso, all these types of things. And those are my final predictions for WrestleMania 42. Come back to this show for post-show reactions to WrestleMania 42 and see if I got anything right at all for night 1 and night 2. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.